his second there. He's got 2 for 2 now tonight, or afternoon, I should say. 38-11. Long pass again for Salt Lake City. I was going to say Silver. Missing the little windmill layup on the left side was Melendez, and the rebound for the Eagles by Box. He'll send it ahead. Top of the arc, Gore. Stop and go. Fadeaway jumper from 3 range left side and nails it right through the cylinder.
Man, Gore just absolutely is in their shorts. They don't have much of a solution for that.
That's his third tray, 11 points. A long pass to the other end, picked off by Box for turnover number 10. Sends it to Gore left baseline, dumps it into Moore, coming down the paint left side. He lays over the left rim and puts it through. Moore now with 8 points. Eagles on a tear, 43-11, up by 32, their biggest lead of the game. 5:30 left here in the second. Coming down the lane with a little scoop pass is Payne. Sends it down in the left corner, but punched out by Aaron Mora as he did not want that shot going up from 3.
And Mora got a nice block there. That was a hustle block. You know, sometimes down, you know, you're playing good defense down in the paint, you get a block, but that was just him hustling across the floor just to make a play.
Payne go inbound from that right corner baseline in front of the Hobbs bench. Having trouble getting it in, almost a 5-second count. Bounces to the left wing to Carbajal. Slings it down the left block. Pivoting and losing the ball, picked up, lost off the hands of Reed. Ball gets slapped up down to the half-court line as the Eagles pick it up. Mora with his 6th rebound. They go down the lane to Mr. Mackey, or make it Ross, who lays it in with 2 hands on the left glass, his 4th point. Bad pass coming to the half-court. The Eagles steal. Gore will put it back door to Mora. He lays it in for 2. That's 10 points for Mora, 11 turnovers for Silver, and 5 minutes remaining here in the second. 47-11 Eagles, who extend their biggest lead to 36. Boy, I'm trying to keep up with all this stuff here, Coach. Long 3 at the left corner for Carbajal, goes over the rim, out of bounds on the baseline. It'll be right back to the Eagles. One and dones are not going to help you with a 36-point deficit.
You know, just to put it in perspective how fast this game is you're having trouble keeping up with the broadcast just talking. Imagine being on the floor and they're flying around that fast, stealing the ball from you.
I think we're back on YouTube, by the way. We just got a signal on our equipment here that I think we're back up. So if you want to check that out, that's 47-11 Eagles by 36. Fadeaway 3 for Gore on the left wing, comes off the back of the rim. And Silver tries to track it down on the other side of the court on the right corner, but it fumbles off the hands of Angel Bencomo as Isaiah Lewis stepped out there to give him some pressure. Hobbs will have it on the far sideline, right of the rim. Deep corner, they're going to move Isaiah Lewis down as the referee continues to move him down there, as Lewis was kind of hesitant to come very close.
Didn't want to.
He'll check it in up top, getting a double screen, a shot from Gore on the way. Bouncing around the ricochet, no good. Mora tries to go back up with that on the right block with one hand, no good. Scoops it back up again. He can't get it to drop a second time. 8 rebounds. Box will pick it up on the near sideline, but he gets it ripped out of his hands. That'll be the Eagles' 3rd turnover. Box's 2nd rebound. Here come the Colts. Bad pass taken by Box on the far side. Turnover number 12. He throws a bad ball to the other end and picked off for Silver, their 4th. Coming down the lane, he does a roll over his fingertips over the front of the rim and puts it down for 2 off the layup for Carbajal. He's got 2 points. So get kind of sloppy at both ends. Box will throw up a 3 from the right side, in and out. Pulled down underneath by Bencomo, his 2nd board. Drives up the far sideline as he passes down to Melendez, but overthrows him out of bounds. And that'll be turnover number 13. And Coach Epps is telling his team out there right now is, I don't mind the transition, but make sure you got your teammates looking before you throw the ball.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Anytime you're under pressure, you've got to have your eyes up. If you have your eyes up, you can see the target you're looking for.
47-13, Eagles by 34 with 3:43 remaining to throw a backdoor pass and a reverse layup on the right of the glass by Paxton Battleshield. He's got 6. 49-13. Nice defense on the inbound as jumping in the air to punch it away. Van Landingham at the timeline as he did not want a transition game going down court. And boy, the ball keeps coming in and out of the out of bounds so quickly as both teams are trying to get up the court.
This is actually so much fun. I enjoy watching this style of basketball from both teams.
That's how I lose a voice, though. Cardenio Madrid trying to dry the paint as he gets a pass at the timeline on the inbound as he got bodied up. Don't think he got the shot off for a shooting foul here. But they're going to put him on the line. So Cardenio Madrid will try to get a chance for his first points of the ball game.
And the foul differential is pretty high in Hobbs' favor right now, isn't it?
9-4.
Yeah.
It's actually in Silver's favor. Free throw out the back of the rim on the 1-on-1, no good. Rebound for the Eagles, pulled down by Mora. He's got 9 now. Finds score in the lane, fade away, and puts it through the hole. Nice follow through for Gore. And for him, that's going to be his 13th point of the ball game. Steal on the inbound for Lewis on the far side. Eagles up 51-13. The alley-oop backdoor. Mora misses the dunk and pulled down by the Colts. Going to the other end with it has been Como. He tries to drive, throws up a shot, no good. Rebound pulled down on the right block by Melendez. He gets shoved in the back, and that'll put Silver back on the charity stripe. They get the foul call against Battishill. That's his second 10th team foul.
And we're already over 2-1 foul differential, but we are a more aggressive team, so that tends to happen.
On the line will be Edgar Melendez. 3:01 left, second quarter. 51-13. Eagles by 38, their biggest lead of the contest. Hopefully we are back on YouTube. As the free throw comes off the right rim, no good. A lot of problems on the free throw line so far for the Silver Colts.
And when your legs are tired, your legs are tired from running up and down the court, it's hard to stop and shoot free throws.
3 of 12, 25%. Second free throw is good as Madrid puts it through. He's 1 of 2 from the line. 51-14. 37-point lead, been as big as 38 here in the second quarter. And that would be mercy roll once the second half starts.
Yes, sir.
Goro coming to the front court. He's got 13. Pass off to the right wing. Holding it for a minute is Van Landingham. No look pass to the right block to Battishill. Spins in the lane, gets it stripped. Dribbling behind his back, Reagan Carbajal, the stealer that time. That'll be turnover number 5 for the Eagles. Throws it up top. A 3 on the way and a swish. Putting it through with a good follow through is Ping. First tray of the game for him. He's got 8 points. It's 51-17. At the other end, Gore with the fadeaway from the free throw line. Rolls around the rim and good. Jalen Gore with back-to-back buckets. He's got 15. Steal on the inbound for Gore. Turnover number 15. Backdoor going up big as Mora gets hammered. He had about a 3-inch differential over the top of Carbajal and slapped on his wrist. Carbajal's third personal, 15th foul, and that'll send Mora to the line. He's yet to shoot a free throw.
Mora's just a beast down there. I tell you what, he has been so strong, going up with a lot of power, drew a lot of contact. He deserves these.
First one is up and good for Mora. He's got 11 points, 1 for 1 from the line. Eagles are now 5 of 6 from the charity stripe. Only missed 1 so far. It's in the lead to 37. It can match their biggest lead. Second free throw off the back of the rim, no good. Put down by Mora, though, as he comes down the lane left side and just lays it in. So Mora with 10 rebounds and now 13 points. So he's got a double-double already. We're not even through the first half. Long pass rolled out of bounds on the other baseline. Gets touched by Silver. Go back to the Eagles after the 16th turnover for the Colts.
Yeah, and the Silver needs to settle down. They're a little frustrated right now, and rightfully so.
Lewis finds Gore on the right wing. He nails up an NBA 3 and puts it through the hole. He's got 4 trays for 18 points. Long pass to the other end. We got bodies crash underneath as leaning up towards the rim and falling backward that time was Ping. He went over the top of the Eagle defender. They called the block. I think that was Gore that ended up being the recipient of most of the blow on that one. And that will send Ping to the line.
And, he had himself set. I'm not sure if he shifted or something right before contact. I know I didn't see it.
Free throw good for Ping. He's 2 of 3 from the charity stripe, has 9 points. He is the leading scorer for Silver, 59-18. 41-point lead. He makes both of them, does Ping. And it's now 59-19, a 40-point lead. 1:55 left here in the second quarter. This will be a mercy roll in the third. Screen on the left wing for Gore. Stepping up was Moore. Bad pass, though, and taken away for Silver by Carbajal. He tries to go to the rack with it from the left side off the layup, and it's fouled from behind by Gore. Kind of a redemption foul there as he tried to get back the steal that happened at the other end.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. You have a play, you're on fire, things are going perfect for you. You make a silly play like that. And you just go down and you make another silly one by fouling him in there. I think he had a pretty good angle on the ball. I mean, it wasn't like it was a horrible foul, but not one that we really needed to give up in that situation.
First free throw's up and good. Putting it through is Carbajal. The turnover situation, 16 for Silver, just 6 for the Eagles. Second shot for Carbajal off the back of the rim. Moore gets another rebound. He's got 11 boards. Throws it up ahead to Lewis. Down the right lane with the 1-2 stepping up and scored off the glass. Isaiah Lewis in the scorebook now with 2. It's 61-20. Going to the other end, cross the timeline is Ping to the left side. Mackey right on top of him. Bounces the ball to the left corner to Granado. Taken on Gore at the right elbow, down the lane. Hippity hop, tries a windmill layup and is fouled from behind. Mackey tried to step over in the lane to help out with Gore, and I think he might have pulled his elbow a little bit there.
Yeah, Gore did a great job. I mean, that's a really quick guard. Gore's guarding somebody much smaller who's got a quick step. Gore stayed with him, and he just got caught at the reach right at the end.
Granado is going to be on the line for the first time. He has 2 points. First free throw's a swish.
Well, Isaiah Lewis was trying to help Gore there on that defensive feed there, but just couldn't get over quick enough.
18 free throw opportunities so far for Silver. Fadeaway on the second one off the front of the rim, but picked up by Granado in the right corner. Fires up a three, in and out. Does not drop. Loose in the paint, picked up for Mackey. Or correction, that's Ross, his third rebound. Throws an alley-oop backdoor as Lewis tried to go get up with it, and it's knocked out by Silver before he had a chance to jam it home. Remember, he had the big dunk against Artesia. Or is it? I mean, made me backtrack here. He tried to dunk against Lovington, missed it. The previous game was the dunk that he did convert on. That was against Artesia, I believe. Or no, that was Goddard that he got the dunk on the road. Alley-oop on the inbound underneath the hoop, and going up strong with 2 hands over the rim is Mr. Mora, putting down another bucket. He's got 15 points. Eagles up 63-21. 1 minute left in the second. Pass down to the right corner to Granado. Fakes a three, kicks it out right wing to Ping. Ping comes down the right baseline, and he double dribbles it. The official near half court's the one that made the call, though, so he had to help out the other striped official.
And that's where helping defense is so important. You know, when you have people rotating over and helping where you need and making good switches, defense is very tough to beat.
Eagles up by 42 here with 43 seconds left, second quarter. Dribbling through the pressure, Van Landingham coming down the lane, finds Mora right base, 15-footer off the back of the rim, gets his own rebound, his 12th, and puts up top to Lewis. Comes down the lane, hippity hop, tries to throw up a shot, gets blocked from behind. Box with the rebound right behind him on the tip drill on the right block. Tries to push it to the hole, and is fouled going up. So Tyler Box picking up his third rebound and a chance to make it a 2 free throw situation here.
And we have been all over the boards. Size advantage and speed advantage here, and turns into a rebounding advantage.
That'll be a foul against, I believe, Zach Ping. His second is the free throw up and good for Box. He's got 4 points. He'll get one more, 64-21. Eagles have their biggest lead now at 43. Box trying to make it 44. Couple of dribbles for him. Now a third. The shot is up, and it's good. 5 points for Box, 2 for 2 on the line, and the lead now 44. Biggest of the game. The ball's inbounded and slapped by the Eagles. Box will get it from half court. Sends it down to the left corner to Miller. Few dribbles, cross court right back to Box. Thought about a three, drives the lane between 2 defenders, kicks it down to Mackey right corner. He comes across the paint off the dribble. They're going to say an off-ball screen foul, I believe, on Box.
I think Ronnie Ross. Yep. As much as we'd love Mackey to be playing right now. I think that's wishful thinking on your part.
Yeah, I think I've been doing that a lot lately, tripping up those names, Mackey and Ross, so I apologize for that.
And, on that inbound, there wasn't a score, was there?
No.
They let the guy run the baseline.
Steal at the other end momentarily by Ross, and we got a whistle going the other way now. I'm not sure what the call was. The official talking to Mora. It's going to be Hobbs basketball.
Yeah. I was just surprised nobody caught that inbounds that he was running along the baseline.
8 seconds left in the half. Coming across the timeline is Box. Sends it over to left wing to Ross. He'll fire up a three. In and out, no good. Mora comes up with it on the right block with a little hook shot. Can't get it to drop before the buzzer. And that is the end of the ball, the first half, I should say, as it will be a mercy roll in the second half. Hobbs up 65-21, a 44-point lead at this point. And we'll take a 3-minute break, come back with the Hobbs Eagle halftime show on Cool 95.7, also on the Cool 95.7 app, HobbsAmerica.com, and YouTube.
Clear.
Are you there?
I'm here. How much time you need?
Oh, we've been waiting, man. What do you do? What do you mean? How much time do we need?
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to Las Cruces. Ty Friend, coach, also with us today as Brian Coltrane and myself, talking now to the head coach of the Hobbs Lady Eagles. The halftime boys game score 65-21 is Hobbs leading over Silver. And, Coach, you get a big win tonight as well, or this afternoon, I should say. And I know kind of a tough game to kind of decide how you're going to do things with. Big mercy roll victory. You guys scoring the 71-5, and you pretty much had this in the bag from the start.
Yeah, we got off to a pretty good start. I think Elise was getting a lot of putbacks and was scoring a lot there. She had 20 in the first half, so we're not unhappy at all with her effort. And I don't know if you know this, Ty, but that goal, Anaya Joseph before the game jumped up there and grabbed the rim like it was nothing.
Coach was talking about that.
It's
yeah.
about 9.5 feet. It's not even 10 feet.
Oh, you're talking about the size of the rim is not.
No, yeah.
It's not high enough then.
It's not high
Okay.
enough, and I
That's why that was happening, Mr. Coltrane. Brian was talking about that. The girls were touching the rim, and I was going, that's pretty good.
Yeah, well, they can't do that at Tasker Arena like they were doing it here.
Yeah, that's right. We're at a middle school, so I guess that should be still regulation, though, right?
It should be, but I think that's why our shots were off. Wiz kept looking at me, and I'm like, I know. It's kind of weird.
So did you know about that? You realized that before the game started then that was
yeah,
already
when
low.
Anaya Joseph jumped up there and grabbed the rim like nothing, I knew something wasn't right.
Now in volleyball, the referees come with a little tape measure. They actually go and measure the, I guess in this case. What did they tell you about why would they be short? I mean, it's a regulation gym. It's supposed to be.
They couldn't do anything but move it up or, up.
Okay.
And so they couldn't move it to the regulation size, so it's either that or go home and not play, I guess.
Both teams have to play with it, and you guys get 71 points regardless, so pretty decent showing. At least 15 points and 8 rebounds unofficially, and pretty good on the free throw, 3 for 4. You had Jemiah Clay had 11 in that game as well, so 2 in double digits. And, again, your whole second half was a lot of subbing going on and some backup players getting some opportunities. Coming into that game, I'm sure it was important the fact you had a game canceled on Tuesday that you didn't get to play, and was that making it more of an urgent? Because, I mean, every win matters now with a very short schedule.
Yeah, we were just so thankful that Silver would play us. Everyone's, I mean, it is what it is. I don't want to go there, but for whatever reason, we're not getting games and people are canceling and different things. So we're just thankful. And you know what? That coach got after it every possession. Those kids played hard every single second, and they made us better. We saw a little bit of a defense today that we haven't seen all year with, like a boxing one on Wisdom. And so it was very – it was something that's going to be we'll be able to use and look at.
Coach, I know a lot of opposing teams, coaches, et cetera, don't know what the heck to do when they see 2 6-foot players on the floor at the same time. And then you got all these magical guards that have a couple, 3 or 4 years left on their playing time. Boy, that's a nice little a bag of tricks to have out there, right?
Yeah, we like the way our youth is progressing right now. They're getting better. It's going to be fun to watch these kids grow into women, and I like what's happening. And so, but yeah, we just got to keep holding it together. Everyone just keep knowing their roles and continue to grow, and I think everything will be fine.
Finally, Coach, you got a game Tuesday. You'll be on a road trip someplace you're familiar with, Roswell. You had a state championship there before you came to Hobbs. I know that's kind of a bittersweet situation. You were there, 12 years, 10 to 12 years, somewhere around there? That long?
16.
So, sorry, just cut you short on that. But so how do you feel about that team? Again, not as strong after you left a little bit. I know they're trying to rebuild, but how do you feel about this year's squad you're going to face?
They're undefeated, so they're the next one on the schedule, so we're going to be ready for them. But, we got to take care of ourselves, and we got out of this game healthy, and we'll be ready to go come Tuesday.
Well, Coach, thanks for coming and talking to us. Again, big win today, 71-5. You guys are 3-0.
Thanks, Ty. I appreciate you guys, and our parents weren't able to, no fans right now, and so this was the only way they could see any of the game, and and we couldn't have done it without you guys. We really appreciate you.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate that.
Uh-huh.
Coach Joey Carpenter, big win today, 3-0 record for his Lady Eagles. Quickly, before we get to this second half of the boys' game, it is 65-21, so it looks like another big win about ready to go in the books. Let me give you some point production here. Almost getting ready to read off the girls' roster and points about the wrong game there. Silver, first of all, they have one player in double digits, Zach Ping. He's got 10 points. He's also 3 of 4 from the line, 4 for Angel Bencomo. A couple of threes, Aaron Granado and Reagan Carbajal. And that's it for the scoring. They've only had, actually 1 point for Cardenio Madrid, 1 of 2 on the free throw line. That's 5 players in the scorebook so far for Silver. Only 8 rebounds at this point, 3 for Bencomo. And they've had a total of 18 turnovers, 8 of 19 from the charity stripe so far. That's definitely something that needs to be improved on for them to get back in this ball game. On the other side of the coin for the Hobbs Eagles, Jalen Gore has already hit 3 or 4 trays, 18 points to lead the Eagles. Also a rebound for him, yet to get to the free throw line. Aaron Mora's got a double-double on his hands, 15 points and 13 rebounds, 1 of 2 from the charity stripe. 14 for Jesus Ramos getting his start today. He's got a tray to his name and had 9 points in the first quarter, also total of 3 rebounds in the half. Tyler Box hit a couple of free throws and a tray for 5 points. Paxton Battishill coming off the bench for 6. Ethan Van Landingham getting a start today with a 1 for 2 free throw shooting, has 1 point. Isaiah Lewis with 2 points in the contest. Ronnie Ross with 4 points. And I'm going to make sure this second half I don't keep mixing him up with Mackey, who's not playing today with an injury. Ross went 2 for 2 from the line. So it looks like I'm getting everybody in the scorebook there that I can. That's 8 scores in the first half. Eagles have out rebounded Silver 15-8, and they were 7 of 9 from the free throw line for 77%. Their best showing so far this season on the stripe. They've had 6 turnovers compared to 18 for Silver. We'll take a final 30-second break. Get ready for second half action. Eagles up 65-21 over Silver.
Clear. Three, two, one.
Hobbs Eagles starting the second half go with an alley-oop to Aaron Mora. Misses the dunk with 2 hands over the right rim off for a big-time alley-oop pass coming from teammate Jesus Ramos. Came off the rim and went out of bounds. It will be Silver ball on the near sideline. Eagles up 65-21 over the Colts. Pass across the time to the right wing. Driving is Granado. Backs out to the corner. Ramos sliding with him. Now a double team coming up to help is Van Landingham. And they get a timeout to Silver to avoid a turnover there. But, boy, the Eagles playing some tenacious defense. Up by 44 is not enough. They're going to play on top of you.
Well, you know, Coach Shelby came from the Hobbs way from Coach Tasker, and Coach Tasker never called off the press. I mean, it was they pressed you from the moment you got off the bus. That was the terms that I heard when I first moved to Hobbs. And yeah, it's a sight to see. It's fun to watch, and these kids are really putting the pressure on the Silver City Colts. And Silver City trying to stay calm. They're trying to do what they can. These kids are battling. They're not, showing huge amounts of frustration. They're out there just playing basketball, and coach is coaching them up, and they're just trying to stay in the ball game and get what they can.
And notice that the message he has on his sweatshirt along with his coaching staff says family on there, so he definitely wants to make sure they're playing as a team. Silver basketball in the front court, try to get it into the right corner, fumbled off the hands of Aaron Granado. That will be a turnover. That is the 19th for Silver. Hobbs ball. Inbounding will be Gore in the deep left corner of the backcourt. Bounces it into Ramos, who did get a start in this game and doing a great job for the Eagles with 14 points. Third on the team in scoring. Pivot to the left elbow. Bad pass to Mora. Picked off for the Colts, going to the rack to the other end, but no, almost missed the layup. It's rolled around the cylinder for a second. Turi Trujillo puts it down. That was the 7th Eagle turnover. 65-23. Hobbs still up big by 42. Into the front court is Gore, top of the circle. Bounce pass to Moore on the right elbow. He pivots, looking for somebody to help him out. Almost a 5-second count. Puts it up top to Van Landingham. Over to the left side. Shot for 3 for Gore off the back of the rim. And it comes off and rolls out, and it will be Silver basketball. And Gore, of course, has already hit some big-time threes so far. He's got 4 of them, and he's not afraid to tank it from NBA distance.
I sure like seeing that hustle from Isaiah Lewis, too. He's all over the place.
Gore gets a steal at the timeline, throws back door to Lewis, reverse layup underneath the hoop from left to right. As Lewis will get his second bucket of the ball game. 20 turnovers for Silver. 67-23, 44-point lead. We got a whistle in the backcourt.
Yeah, it was just a double dribble there. He picked up the ball and went back down on the floor, and the players had to help him make the call. Initially, the referees didn't blow the whistle, but 4 players looked up and went, "What's that?" And all of a sudden, the whistle came out.
And they weren't wearing stripes either. 21 turnovers. I better be careful. Those are my brethren on the court there. Referees, of course. They got a 3-man squad here. And again, we heard from Coach Carpenter about the rims not being regulation. That's something we didn't know, and you were wondering why everybody was touching the rim for the girls. A shot coming down the lane for Gore, misses it, but tipped back up and in. As putting it over the hole is Ronnie Ross. That's his 6th point and 4th rebound. 69-23. Eagles by 46, their biggest lead of this ball game here in Las Cruces. Long ball to the other end, shot for Trujillo from the left baseline off the back of the iron. Eagles come up with the rebound underneath the hoop is Van Landingham, his second board. Bad pass to the timeline, ripped away by Granado. Turner number 8 for the Eagles. Granado comes down the lane, throws up a shot on the lean, no good. Loose on the right block, picked up for Silver on the boards, and a body foul going to be called on Miller as getting the ball was Terry Trujillo.
And Silver has a press of its own. I mean, Silver's in there hustling up and down the court as well. So makes the game really exciting when both teams do this.
Bouncer on the inbound of the left block. Armando Medina with a turnaround J. Goes up against Ramos and Miller that time and trying to split the difference. They're going to get Miller on the foul. That I think is going to be his 4th personal, 2nd team foul.
And Miller thought he was straight up and down. He's not understanding what he did wrong.
On the line is Armando Medina. The team is 8 of 19 from the charity stripe for 42%. First shot is up and a swish. Medina will get one more. That's his first point of the ball game. There's 6 players have scored for Silver. He's number 6. 4:49 remaining here in the third. 69-24 Eagles makes both of the free throws. And it's now 69-25. 4:40 left here in the third. Stop and go dribble. We do have mercy rule clock, by the way. Dribbling behind his back is Gore now in the front court. Top of the arc. He'll back it out to the timeline. Stop and go to the right corner. Underhands it to Van Landingham. Miller will come get it on the right wing. Slings it around up top. Driving the paint is Ross. Goes to the lefty layup and takes it to the rack home. Count it off the glass. Ross now with 8. 71-25.
Ross is a firecracker. When he gets to going like that, there's nothing stopping him, like a railroad train.
Driving through the pressure down the lane at the other end is Ping on the left side, taken away by Van Landingham. That is turnover number 22. Pass to Gore on the right block, fades a shot, throws it over the hole and counted. He was flat-footed that time, but he got enough extension on the hands to get it to go through. He's got 20 points now. 73-25, up to a 48-point lead in the Mercy Rule third quarter. 3:50 left. Shot from the right corner for Silver off the back of the rim for Trujillo. Pulled down by Gore in the right corner. He'll take the dribble himself. And for Gore, that's his second rebound. Up top to Ramos. He gets bodied into by Armando Medina, who picks up his first personal, first team foul against the Colts.
And that was just one where they got him flat-footed. He couldn't do anything but try to reach over. Got that shoulder into him. That's going to be a foul every time.
Eagle ball near the scores table on the far sideline. In front of the Hobbs bench, Miller to inbound. Cross court right. Into Ross. Drives down the lane. Little semi-hook on the right side. Misses off the back of the rim. Pulled down for the Colts by Carbajal, his second board. Lost the ball coming up the near sideline. Taken away by Van Landingham. That is the 23rd turnover, and he gets knocked to the floor as the body shoved at him that time from the Colts was Regan Carbajal. That's his fourth personal, second team foul.
And he'll go to the bench. Actually, I think they brought Ping out, and they let him stay on the floor with 4 fouls.
Gore will get the inbound in the backcourt, leading 73-25. Top of the arc, jump stop. Bounce over to Van Landingham, right wing. Gives it up top to Ross. Ross down the lane to Ramos. No look pass to Van Landingham on the right elbow. Gets a triple team. Finds Miller top of the circle for 3. In and out, no good. Rebound on the right block. Pulled down for the Colts by Carbajal, his third. Bounce pass up court to Granado. Coming down the lane with the little lefty hook. Knocked out of the air by the Eagles. And Ronnie Ross, he'll send it ahead to Ramos. Coming down the paint. Hippity hop. Throws up a shot. They're going to call a charge on Ramos. He went over the top of his defender, just waiting for him back there. In the middle of the paint was Angel Bencomo. So Ramos will pick up his fourth personal, third team foul.
Yeah, and it's one of those things. He gets in the lane right there, and he thinks that the guy's going to go for the fake. He makes the fake. The guy doesn't move, and he's got to give the ball up at that point. Unfortunately, he couldn't stop himself, and he just runs him over. And Coach Reeves is talking to him about it. I mean, it's a learning moment.
Yeah, he takes his seat, does Ramos, and Marin Mora checks in now. Of course, Mora working on a double-double today, 15 points and 13 rebounds. 1:35 left, third quarter. Long ball down to the middle of the paint to Granado, saves it over to the near sideline to Tarpley. Bad pass, stripped away by Miller. He goes to the rack, misses a little finger roll, but put back up and in from the left block off the glass by Gore. 22 points for Gore, 3 rebounds. Eagles causing the 24 turnover of the ball game. At the other end, a shot from the right baseline, fade away with the foot kicked up in the air. That's been Como, no good. Tip back up on the left block by Tarpley, can't get it to drop. Another rebound for the Colts in the deep right corner. That's been Como's 4th. Top of the circle off the dribble, stolen away for the Eagles by Ross. Momentarily went off his foot, though, and rolls out of bounds.
And, the previous play, you just got to be amazed at Gore's basketball IQ. He finds the space and just knows where to be at all times, and just such a smart basketball player.
And, of course,
smart kid overall.
Yeah, son of a coach, too, of course, so definitely gets a lot of help from his dad and takes care of business. Pass down to the right base, and driving and taking a fadeaway is Aaron Granado. And a foul called on the Eagles. A little push, I guess, as that will send Silver to the line. I think that might have been against Mora. That'll be his first personal 14th foul, and that will put on the line Aaron Granado, who is 1 for 2 from the line, has 3 points. First free throw is up and good. And he'll get one more.
I think they got Van Landingham on that one. He was the one raising his hand unless the referee gave it to someone else.
That'll be a second opportunity now for Granado. Second shot up and bouncing around and good. 5 points for Granado. Eagles still up 75-27, 28 seconds left third. Long ball down to Ross in the middle of the paint. Kicks it back to the left for Box for a 15-footer, no good. Tip back up and in for the Eagles for Aaron Moore on the left block. He's got 14 rebounds and 17 points. 15 seconds left in the third. Dribbling up the far sideline is Granado, and he steps on the line. Some tough pressure by Ross, and he thought they might have called a foul on him, but no, they're going to say he had good position. He just kept backpedaling.
And Ross just kind of got up on roller skates trying not to make contact and just kept backing out.
1 second, the shot from the buzzer at the three-point line left, and it comes off the back of the rim for Box. A 50-point lead. In football would be game over, but in basketball we're going to still move into the fourth. 77-27 Eagles over the Colts. We're back in 60 at HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, and of course Cool 95.7.
Clear. Back in 5, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to Las Cruces, 77-27. Your score, the Hobbs Eagles with a 50-point lead on the Silver Colts. We have 8 minutes left in this one as we enter the fourth quarter. Colts will have the ball coming to the near side, and Colts looking to get their offense started here.
Eagles outscored Silver 12-6 in the third quarter, and people kind of scratching their heads. How can it be we're up by 50 then? Well, it was a mercy rule running clock, so Hobbs had to get as much as they could with a short amount of time. Silver gets a pass down low, missing the layup on the left side was Ben Como. Eagles get a dunk at the other end as Aaron Mora gets his first put through the rim on a dunk this season.
Wow, he got up on that one, come hammered it down with a two-hand jam.
So 19 for Moore. Eagles get a steal on the front court and send it down the lane to the other end. Is going up with a shot from the left block as Gore misses it, gets his own rebound, his fourth. Puts it up top to Box for 3 off the back of the rim. Ball tipped up in the air, pulled down again for Ross, his 5th rebound. Sends it to Gore on the left elbow. Turnaround jumper off the back of the rim. Loose on the near sideline and picked up for the Eagles by Van Landingham, his 3rd rebound. Down in the left corner of the box, fakes a three, dribbles into 18 and fires up a shot. Knocked to the floor, sprawled on his butt going towards the Hobbs Eagle bench. He'll get a chance for some free throws.
And, this whole offensive series was predicated by pump fakes. The players are great about catching the ball, and the first thing that they do is go triple threat pump fake and see if they can get somebody off their feet. When they do, they go ahead and take the side step and then take the shot. Beautiful, beautiful thing to see. Most kids catch the ball, and the first thing they want to do is dribble. But these are very, very disciplined basketball players.
Box misses his first free throw. Eagles are now 7 of 10 from the line for 70%. Box will get one more. He's got 5 points. 79-27, a 52-point lead, the biggest of the ball game. Mercy rule clock. They do stop it on two-shot free throws. In and out for Box. Couldn't get it to drop. Pulled down for the Eagles. Ross continues to rebound hard. He's got 7 boards. They're going to say he kind of picked up the pivot foot that time and moved. That's a travel. For the Eagles now, that will be 11 turnovers.
And Gilberto Miranda and Adrian Rodriguez now into the game for the Eagles.
52-point lead with 6:30 remaining on the Mercy Rule clock. Pass down to the left corner for the Colts to Trujillo. Sends it back deep to Medina. Drives the left elbow. Good D by Box to make him stop. Bounce pass back door. Lean shot on the layup right side. Putting it through is Bencomo. He's got 6. 79-29, a 50-point lead. Into the front court. Box over the right wing. Wide open. A 3 on the way. Off the back of the rim for Gilberto Miranda as it goes out of bounds. Silver will get it. And Eagles trying to get a sub in here as they'll send back Miller. And going out will be Box. A little bit of shift on the pressure now. 1-2-2 for the Eagles, extending the court. Ball in the hands of Carbajal on the baseline. Throws it up across the timeline to Tarpley on the right side. Cross court left to Medina. Medina gets backed into by Miranda. Double team with Miller. Uses up his dribble and sends it back up top to reset. Driving the paint. A pass over the left corner goes out of bounds as Reed could not make a connect for his teammate that time. Sails out for the 20, or make that the 27th turnover of the ball game for Silver.
Adrian Rodriguez had a hand in that because he put pressure on him, forced the kid to go to his right, and then when they tried to get back, Rodriguez kind of stepped in front of him and made him pass.
Eagles by 50 with 5:05 remaining in the game. Miller in the front court, underhands it to Ross on the right wing. Up top, drives the lane, goes through 3 defenders, lost the ball in traffic, but then gets the steal back. They're going to call the reach foul on him, though.
At this point, the calls are starting to change here in the fourth. They're calling it a lot closer than they were in the first 2 quarters.
12th turnover for the Eagles. Their 15 fouls. Ross picks up his 3rd. Clock is running with that mercy rule going on. Eagles up by 50. Needs to be 35 is the actual mercy rule, so we're 15 points away to getting it back down to where, or more than that actually, 16 to get Silver to get that clock stop, but that's going to be a foregone conclusion here. Inbound in the backcourt for the Colts. Crossover move coming across the timeline has been Como. To the right wing, stripped again. There's Ross taking care of business on defense. Dives to the court to hold on to it, and they get a timeout so he wouldn't get a travel. That's a smart move. You mentioned about him earlier, using his head on the court.
And that's the thing about these Hobbs kids, man. They have such a high basketball IQ, and that feeds from, Hobbs history. I noticed that when I first moved to Hobbs is that the whole community had a basketball IQ. You could have conversations on the street, and parents would know the difference between a matchup zone and a man-to-man. Where in the real world, some coaches don't know the difference. So I'm very impressed with the basketball IQ these kids have.
50-point lead now for the Eagles with 4:18 remaining. Of course, Hobbs will be on the road Tuesday as they'll be hosting Roswell, 5-0 team. We'll talk a little bit about them in the postgame show, as that will be a tough road to hoe there. I know the coach's son had, I think, about 30-some points in a win the other night, and they played Goddard twice, their hometown rival. So we'll get kind of caught up on that game here in a few minutes as the Eagles have 4:18 to put this one in the books. As coming across the timeline after the timeout is Adrian Rodriguez. Hands it off to Miller, top of the circle. Crossover to his left hand, down the lane. Throws up a shot with his left hand and rolls around the rim and good. Jaden Miller gets in the scorebook now. 9 players have scored for the Eagles. I think they get a warning on delay. Somebody might have tapped the ball after it went through the cylinder. Clock down to 3:50 remaining. And now Coach Epps will call the timeout for Silver. We'll take a break as well. 3:52 remaining, fourth quarter. Hobbs 81, Silver 29 here in Las Cruces. Back in 60 seconds.
Clear. Five, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to Camino Real Middle School in beautiful Las Cruces, New Mexico, as the Hobbs Eagles now have an 81-29 lead over the Silver Colts. Well, that is 52 points with 3:52 left on the clock.
This thing started with a 31-6 lead for the Eagles in the first quarter. Silver goes with a long ball down to the left block, turnaround hook shot from the left block for Medina, misses underneath the hoop for the rebound, and we got a foul on the reach as coming down with it for Silver was Bencomo. That's his 5th rebound for the blue and white. And clock is running with the Mercer underway. 3:35 left in the fourth, and Hobbs up 81-29. 52-point lead. This is their biggest of the ball game. We have a delay here. The official at the scores table was trying to make sure whether there was a bonus or not. That is the 6th against the Eagles, and I don't know who they got the foul on there. I believe that might have been Adrian Rodriguez, his first. On the left baseline to get it in is Bencomo. Pass to the right corner, a shot off the side of the backboard for Carbajal. Saving it on the baseline is Bencomo, and he did touch the line, so it will be Hobbs basketball. 3 minutes left in this game is trying to get some more people to score. Adrian Rodriguez will be the 10th player. He's out on the court if he can get a bucket here. A steal on the inbound, though. Losing the ball right back to the Eagles, though. After getting the steal was Edgar Melendez, so trading turnovers on that series there, and they get the foul call as a reach in by Bencomo, his second 14 foul.
It says a lot about both teams, the hustle that we're seeing at this point in the game. Game's decided, but both teams still playing with heart.
Miller will get the inbound as he'll go one-on-one against his defender. That's Melendez on the far side. Stop and go to the free throw line. Jump stop. Pass off to the right wing to Miranda. Returns it to Battishow on the left elbow. Tries to pivot and gets bodied up. Little push coming from Terry Trujillo. That'll be his first 15 foul. And Eagles will have it on the sideline in front of their bench on the far side.
Clock's still ticking. Every one of these calls, we're still rolling. We're just not playing basketball.
Clock going down to 2 minutes left in the ball game. Miller throws a high one down to the left corner. With the pivot is Battishield. Throws it down the middle of the lane, threading the needle to Miranda, leans and shoots. It gets over the front of the rim. So another player in the books now. That's the 10th, Miranda. Let's see if Rodriguez can be number 11. It's 83-29, 54-point lead, the biggest of the game. Going to the rack with a double clutch. Armando Medina, right side of the rim. He's got 4. 83-41, 138 remaining, and driving up the far sideline and a push in the back against Van Landingham to get the foul on Medina, his second, 16th foul. Hobbs one away from the bonus.
And that was just one of those fouls. He's trying to keep up with him. Started to turn the corner. He had to grab him.
Miller cross courts it to his teammate Ross coming down the lane. Tries to hand it off at the last second. I think they're going to say that Ross ran over his defenders. Actually looked like a bowling ball over some pins that time. About 2 or 3 went down to the court as Ross picks up his 4th personal and did get a chance to unload the ball at the last second, but after the damage was done.
Yeah. And we have to worry about injuries at that point. When people get tangled up like that, that's sometimes when bad things happen.
Of course, Michael Mackey sat out this game with an ankle injury and has been in civilian clothes during the contest. 50 seconds remaining. Eagles going to back off the defense as the ball gets into Edgar Melendez with 43 left. He brings it across the timeline against Van Landingham. Crossover move to the right side of the perimeter and spins it back to the top. To his left side, underhands it to Medina. Drives to the right elbow, backdoor, coming up with a layup is Granado on the right side, and he lays it in for 2. He's got 7. 83-33, a 50-point lead, a steal by Granado. And for the Eagles, that'll be the turnover number 14. Pass down to the right block to Medina. Turns and fires a fadeaway J off the back of the rim. Miller rips down the board, his second. Drives to the far side, stolen by Granado. Turnover number 15. Pass in the paint to Medina. 5-footer is off the back of the rim and rolls down to the baseline. We're going to say Miller touched it last. Clock's going to run out here with 4 seconds. I don't even think Silver's going to try to get it inbound. They don't. Game is over. The Hobbs Eagles, another win in the books as they defeat Silver mercy rule fashion, 83-33 here in Las Cruces. We'll take a 3-minute break, come back with the Hobbs Eagle postgame show on Cool 95.7, HobbsAmerica.com, the Cool 95.7 app, and YouTube.
Clear. One minute.
Add a 30, please.
Kale. $30. Three, two, one.
Welcome back. Your final score, 83-33. The Hobbs Eagles with a 50-point win over the Silver City Colts in a back and forth, barn burners. Both teams were trying to press and get up and down the floor. Very exciting game, and lots of players were actually able to score in this one, and Hobbs had 65 points, I believe, at the half, and finished with 83 with a running clock in the second half tie.
Yeah, it's definitely a big win for them. And of course, they start off that first quarter completely dominating also, too. 31-6 was the score at the end of one, and I think that was kind of like the indicator that Hobbs is here to put some business on the court and to come out with I guess you call it a road/home win. They were considered the home team here, but they had to do more of the traveling compared to Silver, which is just down the road from here.
Yeah, Silver State is still about 2.5 hours away, so about a 2 hours difference for us compared to them. But, sometimes it's good to get that practice in of traveling, because when you finally do get to the state playoffs and you have to go to Albuquerque, you already have that in your system. You know how to travel. You've been there. You know what you're doing. It's not new.
Well, let's take a look at some of the scoring here. First of all, for Silver, in terms of point production, they did get one in double figures. Zach Ping, he had 10 points and was 3 of 4 from the charity stripe for 75%. Aaron Granado had 7 points, 1 of 2 from he had 3 of 4 from the charity stripe. After that, a big drop-off in scoring, 4 for Armando Medina, 2 for 2 from the line. Reagan Carbajal had 3 points. He was 1 of 4 from the charity stripe. And looks like that's about it for Cardino Madrid. It was 1 of 2 from the line. So they had a total of 6 or 7 players scoring in this ball game. Terry Trujillo also had a basket for Silver. Only 14 rebounds for the Colts. Angel Bencomo finishing with 5 as the leader and 3 for Reagan Carbajal. Big difference in this game was the turnovers, as Silver had 29 of those, and the Eagles finishing up with 15. A lot of those coming in that fourth quarter as the mercy roll kind of got the clock going pretty quickly to finish it up. So definitely turnovers a big difference in this one. In terms of free throws in the game, Silver went 8 of 19 from the charity stripe in this. Oh, actually, excuse me. Let me get that update on. That was some of the fourth quarter numbers there. 12 of 23 for 53%. A lot more free throw opportunities than the Eagles. In fact, they had 12 more free throw shots, 12 extra than what the Hobbs Eagles did.
That is a big difference, and it makes a difference in the outcome of the game. And it's obvious by the score. The turnovers and rebounding is just such a critical part of the game. I know the kids think it's shooting. That's all they do is shoot. But those are the things that really determine the outcome of the game.
Yeah, and rebounding 39-14 in this game, 25 difference there, just too shy what they got against Lovington. So we're seeing a trend of people crashing the glass to help out the offense. Hobbs led with Jalen Gore again. He was the top scorer in that game against Lovington, close to the same numbers too, 22 today. He ended up with 4 3-pointers in the game, so definitely shooting well from the outside, and good play on the court in all aspects, helping out the team with 4 rebounds as well. Aaron Mora right behind him with a double-double in this game, 19 points and a total of 14 rebounds. He was 1 of 2 from the line. It's nice to have a big kid in there doing some damage against that opposition.
And he was a man among boys in a way. He was an absolute monster down there, and he had his way anytime that he wanted it.
Another double-digit score, and the fact Jesus Ramos getting a start. He had 14 points in the game and was perfect, 1 for 1 from the line. Added a tray to his cause as well. 8 for Ronnie Ross. Great job coming off the bench in this one. He was 2 for 2 from the line, so he definitely helped him out with the scoring, and also had 7 rebounds. And he was putting his body on the floor on steals, diving on this floor. One time he dove on his stomach and then had the ball stretched on his fingertips and called a timeout to stop the chance for a turnover.
It's just amazing when you have a player that's willing to put his whole body on the line and just sacrifice it for the team, and he does that. He does all those little things. He does the jobs that not everybody wants to do.
And the mask stays on, too. I've always noticed that, no matter what he's trying to do out there. Paxton Battishill coming off the bench, 6 points, 2 rebounds. Isaiah Lewis, 4 points and a board. Jaden Miller with a couple of rebounds and a bucket for 2 points. Ethan Van Landingham was 1 of 2 from the charity stripe, and Gilberto Miranda got a late bucket for 2 points as well. Eagles with 10 scores in this ballgame, so everybody hands on deck in this big win, 83-33. We mentioned the rebounding, 39-14 in favor of the Eagles. Lots of guys getting involved. Aaron Mora with 14 boards leading the Eagles. Ross with 7. And coming in third was Jalen Gore with 4, 3 apiece for Van Landingham and Jesus Ramos. Eagles on the free throw line again. They had a lot less free throw opportunities, but they were 7 of 11 for 77%. I think that's the numbers correct, or is that 63%? Let me get that real quick.
7
Yeah.
of 11 be 63%.
Yeah, there we go. I had it right the first time, didn't I? So 63%, again, a lot better than what they were seeing last week. They did, or against Lovington wasn't too bad Thursday, but prior weeks they were hovering about the 48, 50% mark. So this is starting to see a gradual improvement. But again, turnovers not better with only 15, 29 for Silver. And we saw the relentless pressure coming with the Eagles in that 2-2-1 at one point, and then they had matchup pressure as well. So definitely the difference in this game.
Yeah, the pressure is what we do. It's our bread and butter, and the pressure is where we're going to end up getting our meal from, and we did tonight.
The only tie in the game was the fourth quarter, 6 points apiece. But the mercy rule really was eating the clock away again. That 31-6 differential in the first quarter really put this game in the books. Once again, the final score, 83-33, as the Eagles pick up another victory as they go to 3-0 on the season. And next game, Coach, going to be a tough one. Roswell will come to Tasker Arena. I know you'll be on the girls' game in Roswell, but they are currently 5-0. Wins against Nimmy, Goddard twice, Lovington, Artesia, and Cleveland they're playing today, so that's going to be a tough matchup for them. All their games are 70-plus. They scored 77 against Nimmy, 79 against Goddard the first time, 81 against Lovington, 71 against Goddard again. Artesia, they got 70 points. All their games have been double-digit wins, 31 against Nimmy, 18 against Goddard the first time, 23 against Lovington. They beat Goddard a second time by 16, and then 11 against Artesia. So double-digit wins. Of course, Artesia is kind of the one you want to look at closely because the Eagles beat Artesia by, 11 points?
11 also, yes.
Okay, so that's kind of a close matchup there. Taman Barola is the guy, really the target the Eagles are going to have to be watching out for. 30 points in that win against Artesia. He had the first 8 points of the ball game for his Roswell Coyotes and 11 of the 15 first points for the team as well, all coming in the first quarter. So he is the coach's son. He's been there a couple seasons now. They had both brothers on the squad for a while, but you got to have a lot of guys watching him on that court.
And Roswell likes to get up and down the floor, so that's going to be a game where you're probably going to lose your voice again.
Yeah, that is definitely true. Coach, any final comments about the girls' game winning earlier today, 71-5, as the Lady Eagles get their perfect record as well?
The Lady Eagles just dominated from the get-go, and they did what they had to do in the game. And as we know, we talked to Coach Carpenter. They worked on some things. They played deep. They got people experience, and they practiced situations, and that's what you have to do in a game like that. Hopefully that bears fruit as they go forward to play Roswell.
Again, final score for the girls, 71-5, went over Silver, and the Eagles get the golden victory as well, 83-33. Both teams are undefeated on the season. I'd like to thank Ron Gunner back at the station, keeping us caught up and getting that YouTube going fresh for us here. Coach, of course, Brad Coltrane will be on the girls' game on Tuesday night in Roswell starting at 7 o'clock. Myself, Ty Friend, going to be at Tasker on Tuesday, too. So you have a great wrap-up to the weekend as we prepare for the 4-hour trip back to Hobbs. Have a good one out there.
You're clear.
Have a good one.
Thanks a lot, man.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.